Hi, I shared a very important document with you today, a letter written to the British High Commission by the KLA Fraser, who is stranded in this country for almost an year now. She questioned the integrity of the British High Commission in Colombo and also the British High Commission and also the British government. And she has, I will publish it along with this live podcast to you, and I want all concerned citizens to read it. She questioned the integrity of our own citizens also in this country. Why not they talk about the rights of their own people and her? This is a major issue. I can't believe this. She has done nothing wrong at all. She has only spoken on behalf of the people in this country. She criticized the government for using chemical weapons and also the way the government treated its own citizens who took part in Aragal. And the house was raided by the government forces and the immigration and the police, and the passport, her laptop and the mobile phone was seized by them, and later her passport was endorsed with the visa cancel stamp. Can they do that? Can any government authority, public authority, do a thing like that without affording her a fair hearing? Whatever the circumstances may be, without affording any fair hearing at all, her passport and the endorsement, visa endorsement was cancelled. The police spokesman, in a statement made to the media, said her pages contain some negative contents and she has brought the government of Sri Lanka to distribute. A lot of British government MPs talked to me, Nagananda, her counsel, about this matter, but none of them. It is something like what is happening in the Ukraine. You know, there's a rubbish man who allowed the entire West to use his country, the Ukraine, as the battlefield, to allow them to use test their weapons. And now, right now, the Ukraine is no more there now. This one individual has allowed them to use their new weapons against Russia, and destroy his own country. But the West like it, and the West like this man. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, West like Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is a similar character. Right? He do not respect the rights of the people. He do not least bothered about the sovereignty in the people, their fundamental rights, anything. Now, in this case, girl's case, I have made several appeals to the people, particularly the parliamentarians and the so-called leftists, the JVP, and there's another woman there, Harini Amarasuri, somebody, and there was another person who talked for the rights of the workers, who had a tough time in Middle East, and Saroja Polraj. They did nothing. They never uttered a word about this young girl. She did everything for us. I can't believe why only Nagananda had to fight for her rights. It is very sad situation. Now, her letter is, she has published a letter which was, I saw the reply sent by the British High Commission. British High Commission said nothing about it. They treated her like, they pretend that they are not least concerned about it. And they know very well the whole process adopted by the government is wrong. The deportation order issued on her is wrong. And it is absolutely unlawful, and there is no unfettered discretion at all vested in the office of the immigration authorities to cancel the visa. There was a similar incident happened in 1935. That time the Bracegirdle, planter Mark Anthony Bracegirdle, similar thing was done by the British governor, but the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka at that time, the Chief Justice Sidney Abraham, simply overruled the decision made by the governor and quashed the order, the deportation order. Now we are in 2023, after more than almost 85 years, I believe. What is happening in this country today? Can you believe it? Now nobody talks about her. Why I talk to you in English? Because she should see what I am talking to you. Because I can see, there is no point talking to Gava Sampatha. They are not least concerned. Right? That is why I talk to you. This message should go to the people all around the world, particularly in the people in Scotland. They must understand this girl suffer. She is in the house arrest, voluntary house arrest for almost 1 year. She is undergoing a terrible time. Her life is destroyed for almost 1 year. Nobody bothered about her in this country as well as in the other parts of the world. And my invitation to you all, read that letter. I will publish that letter for you. Nobody, and question yourself, what went wrong with us? Most of the people in this country wait till something goes wrong and affects their own rights. Something that affects their own family. That is the attitude of our people in this country. So my appeal to the learned people who are not suffering from the learned helplessness syndrome to come forward. Okay, this is an issue that we all should address. She has every right to return to her motherland. She said that even tomorrow she is willing to get back to England, provided Ranil Wickremesinghe withdraw the deportation order. I made several requests from the Vijayadas Rajapaksa, our Justice Minister. He told me many times, he tried many times with Ranil Wickremesinghe, but Ranil Wickremesinghe is not willing to withdraw the deportation order. Why she is not willing to accept the surrender? The British High Commission wanted her to surrender, and they said that she will be transferred to Pallisara, some immigration camp for 14 days, but they ensure her and that they will make sure that she will return to England within few days' time. And they say that they will pay whatever the dues. Now she has been imposed 500,000 cost order by the Supreme Court, which is another absolutely flawed order, which she has challenged in the Supreme Court, but the Chief Justice Jayanta Jayasuriya has said that he will not give her a hearing. This is the situation. In this country, rule of law has completely collapsed. She has very clearly mentioned in an oral submission made, because she can't come forward, she has made it absolutely clear to the Supreme Court. She has not authorized anybody else except Nagananda to represent her in the Supreme Court. Whereas two other lawyers, they made an application to the Supreme Court which was cancelled, rejected by the court with the imposition of 100,000 cost order on two lawyers. And now she has been found guilty by the very same Supreme Court for not disclosing about that case in her case. Right? When she fought her case, and the Supreme Court said, you should have informed about the other case filed by some other two lawyers. She said, I have nothing to do with that case. Well before the judgment is delivered, she said, I have nothing to do with that case. Now, where is justice in this country now? Why the Supreme Court behave in this manner? Why she was not given one? Chief Justice should have appointed a bench, and the bench should have taken a decision whether to allow her a free hearing or not. It is up to this one individual in the court system cannot take a decision of this nature. This is the issue here. Why the people in this country is not least bothered about their own rights and the rights of the other people. My appeal to you all, I am talking on behalf of this young British girl. We all have our duty to play, our role to play for your motherland, and I invite you all to do it, right? We all must talk on her behalf. She did everything within her capacity to help all of us. What Bracegirdle did in 1935, the same thing she did. Bracegirdle also talked for the people, the working class, the state workers. That time, N.M. Perra and Kolinadu Silva, he supported them. He was arrested and anyway the deportation was cancelled by the court. Whereas today, she fought for the rights of the people, but there is no one to defend her. Is it how correct is it? Ask yourself, are we doing the right thing? I know a lot of people have their own concern whether they can talk about these things, but please do realize, do not come forward. You do not express our feelings and fail to discuss our thoughts about these things. Country is bound to fail. Thank you.